Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honor unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000 men. Alright, according to this article, cash dies in 847 days. Europe just killed financial freedom. Right, this is an article by Petteri Vara. Right, it says cash dies in 847 days. Europe just legislated the end of financial freedom and nobody noticed. January 2027, it says that every euro above 10,000 euro becomes illegal tender. Every Bitcoin needs government permission. Every transaction becomes a data point in Brussels surveillance grid, right? This is not proposed. This is law. So this is law, and this is true. Then you understand what's going on. This is how ESO operates. He put it into law. And 2027 seemed to be a serious year for these banking elite, because we have this guy Elon Musk saying that he can have a robot army by 2027. All right, and no one don't doubt them. Now they're saying that, any euro above 10,000 going to become illegal tender. And this is not only going to be rolled out in Europe. All right, it's going to be rolled out throughout the world too. It says here 340 million Europeans will wake up in a cage built from their own bank accounts. Right. The kill shot. The EU anti-money laundering package doesn't just track criminals. It treats every citizen as one, right? So that's where this AML shit and legislation, come out from, right? This wasn't really designed for no criminals and whatnot and terrorists. It's designed for you. You, the citizens, become the terrorists, all right? Starting 2027, buying a car in cash becomes a crime, right? So they don't want anybody with that level of cash. Because why? They're going to be eliminating cash. Sending 1,001 euro in Bitcoin without state approval triggers prosecution. Anonymous wallets vanish overnight. Right? The digital euro arrives 2029, which I don't think is going to take so long. It's going to come before that. Alright, it's going to come, it might just come by 2027. Right? The European Central Bank spent 1.3 billion euro building what they call freedom, but leaked proposals cap holdings at 3,000 euro per person. Every purchase tracked, every pattern analyzed, every descent potentially bankable. Alright, so this is where they're going with. And let me just bring out this precept here. Alright, Isaiah chapter 10. You have to understand this about Esau Edom. Right, they use the legislation, right? Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, they write it down. Right? They issue unfair laws. That's unfair. They're going to track everything now when they go into digital. Right? You're not going to be able to buy your car. And this is where it's all going to. Total control. Total control. Digital currency. Centralized digital currency. And, eventually what they're going to bring is the MOTB. Right? Verse 2 says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Is going into Jake. Right? Going into Jake. This is what they do. Right? It says the heading says Assyria is the Heavenly Father's instrument. So that's the Lord is doing this. For those who love wickedness. It says the lie they're selling. It says this stops money laundering. So that's the lie that they're selling. Europe launders 500 billion euro yearly, they claim. So they're building a panopticon for 340 million people to catch the fraction who commits the crime. Bullshit. Right? That's not the reason why they're doing it. They're doing it because they're going to bring in this new world order. Right? It says China's digital yuan already programs money to expire, to restrict, to control. And that's right. There was a video going around about a woman who, basically she actually had the MOTB, the CF in her body, and they turned it off. And she couldn't access anything, not even in her apartment. Alright? Okay? The ECB promises Europe will be different. Yeah, right. They promised deposit safety in Cyprus too. Then they seized accounts in 2013. Right? It says what happens next. Privacy coins migrate to the shadows. Black markets replace grey ones. The state gains omniscience. And we're going to go into that word omniscience. Let's type that in. Right? Omniscience. I think it's like this. Meaning
omniscience.
The state of knowing everything. That's what they want to be, like gods. Right? That's the God. That's Esau's God complex. All right? They want to be like gods, knowing everything. Okay? Right? So the state will become omniscient. Right? You lose the right to buy bread without permission. This isn't about crime. It's about power, right? Control. 20 euro trillion flows through the Eurozone. Every cent will soon require approval from Frankfurt. The infrastructure of tyranny gets built in the name of safety, right? That's what they're going to come at you with. They're going to tell you, even with the CHIP, the RFID CHIP, the MOTB, that, it's going to be safer. It can't be hacked, You're liars, and, you're going to be safe. Nobody can rob you. Safety, of course. The clock is running 847 days until your cash becomes contraband. Your cash becomes contraband, which it could happen before. It can happen before. 1308 days until the digital euro launches, which I believe will launch long before that. 0 days of mainstream coverage, asking the only question that matters: who decides what you're allowed to buy when money becomes permission? Alright? And this is where it is. This is where it go back into. Alright? So at the end of the day, we understand what time it is. At the end of the day, things are going to come to head. Things are going to come to head. You have to understand what this devil is. This devil created this divide. Isaiah 32 in verse 6. It says, for the vile person will speak villainy. Who's that vile person? Esau Edom. Right? He's a chill. Alright? Start from verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the chill said to be bountiful. Right? For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, right? Bringing this shit and talking about safety. No, it's about control. And to utter error against Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, how they do not to utter error against his people. Right? To make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail, right? Because remember, he caused it all, both small and great, free and bond, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark that they wouldn't be able to buy and sell unless they have the mark. So in other words, they can't buy something to eat, they can't buy something to drink. Right? It says the instruments also of the chill are evil. He devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, right? Even when the needy speaketh upright. And then we see that about the lying words when we've been that so that just now. I think I closed it already, but that's okay. Right? So this is what is going. Right? This is what this devil is up to. And he's going to bring this thing. He's bringing it hell hard. I'm going to bring out one more precept. Revelation 12:12. I brought it out last time, but hey, this is what it is. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, who's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is come down unto you, having great wrath. Because what? He knoweth he had but a short time. And this is why this is being pushed so heavily now. Look out for it. Your neighborhood in Trinidad and Tobago is going to happen, in Barbados, in Jamaica. This identity, digital identity, that's where it's all going. Digital currency, and then the MOTB. I pray this lesson was edifying. Till the next time, Shalom wa Harag Babal.